No one is coming to save you. I am on a journey to try to be more comfortable and more confident while speaking into a camera. I want to every day do a 10-minute rant, for content purposes and just to say the things that I want to say at a particular time. The topic I want to speak on today is, the statement I want to make is, no one is coming to save you. And this goes for males specifically, since my channel is geared towards the empowerment of males, young males especially. But this message can resonate with just about everyone, male or female. If you are in a state right now where you do not want to be, you do not think you should be in, sitting down and expecting someone to come and help you will not move you from the state that you're in and put you in the state that you want to be. It is very important that especially young people get this and have a full understanding that if you expect people to help you, chances are you will not get that help. People are more willing to give assistance if they see where you are trying to do something. If you sit down and wallow in self-pity and run the victim Olympics, people will bypass you because you are not putting the effort necessary for self-assistance. So therefore, it is highly unlikely that someone else is coming to assist you. We have so many people, young people mostly, who are out there now complaining that there are no jobs available. A job is just something to keep you occupied while you work on your own goals. A job should not be seen as a be-all and end-all. Most people who have risen into the top 1% financially, it did not come from working a 9 to 5. You cannot get to the 1% financially working a 9 to 5. Regardless of what your job is, you need a secondary income. First and foremost, specifically for Jamaica, for every dollar you work, you will only see 66 cents because we have a taxation in Jamaica that takes 1/3 of your salary and puts it into the government's coffers. So therefore, that in itself should give you an idea that that alone won't do it. And we're not talking about, number one, inflation. We're not talking about the price of the goods on the shelf. We're not talking about the taxation from food when you buy food. We're not talking about the taxation from even spending your own money, even withdrawing your own money from the bank, using the ATM, gas if you have a vehicle. Just about everything you do after you have been taxed out of your salary, you are then taxed further just to live on a day-to-day basis. So basically what that states is, hey, when you break it down, you get maybe half of what you work. There's just so many things you have to do because you have to live. Bottom line is, as a job, a 9 to 5 alone will not cut it. So if you're into and want a job and that's about it, you're not thinking long term, you're not looking at the bigger picture. Let's put it that way. You're not looking at the bigger picture. So for that reason, a job alone won't do it. And before I stray too far from the topic at hand, the topic at hand is, no one is coming to save you. People complain about jobs, but if you use your natural talents, you will be able to find a way to survive. When you walk in the streets, the amount of places you see seeking employees, but many people believe that there are jobs that are below them. I have done some jobs in my life that people would think are below. The first job I did was scouring pots in a restaurant. Within 6 months, I was promoted to the storeroom manager, and I was responsible for measuring out all the ingredients that all the bakers used for the day. I was 17 years old at the time, just out of high school, just lost my father maybe a couple months before, moving into a totally new environment. I have cut cane in my young days, working with old men in the fields. I have tended cattle. I have gone into the bushes to cut posts. And that job is today still one of the hardest jobs I've ever done. Because when you cut the post, you roll it here and you throw it, then you have to go and take it up and throw it again. And it's like a mile sometimes that you have to take the post to get it out of the bush. So I have cut cane, I have worked on a dairy farm, right? I have taken care of someone's property, myself and my brother. My brother was working at a property at one time. And when I was out of a job for a time, I went to him to visit him for the weekend. And I said, brother, I am in need. It is very hard for me when I am not working. When you have that working mentality and that never give up mentality. And my brother said to me, look, I will try to see if my boss will get you a job. When he went to the boss said, brother, I don't have any money to pay him, you know. And my brother said to him, to the boss, look, split my pay in two and my brother and me will do the job. And we went on like that, living on the salary that was for him alone, basically. And then, after about 3 to 4 months, after he saw the level at which we performed doing the jobs that we were doing, he basically doubled our salary. So his salary was doubled, right? And the salary that he would have gotten, the now doubled salary that he's getting, I was getting that as well. Because he saw that these are two young men who are willing to work. There are too many young men, young ladies out there who are not willing to work. And we're living in a society right now where everything is fast-paced. I want that and I want it now. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. When you're moving too fast, when you're going past the speed limit, it is highly likely that you will meet in an accident. It is highly likely that you will meet in an accident. For that reason, you want to slow down. It's not the end of the world. However, you have to put your passion into what you want. There are many employers out there who are in need of employees. However, people look down on so many jobs. People look down on so many jobs. I have done construction work. I have done plumbing with family members. I have done painting. There was a point in my life when we were living in a community and the young boys of my age got together and said, okay, how can we make money? It's now Christmas is coming around. We don't have any money. None of us had any jobs. What did we do? We bought one paintbrush and we went inside the community and petitioned for people to give us the jobs to paint their houses. And we did that and we were able to survive. I was fortunate enough to live a couple of months with an old lady. And to this day, I cherish those memories. She taught me to make greater cakes, and it wasn't peanut drops, it was the the coconut drops. I think we call greater cake, some people call it red and white, and coconut drops. She taught me to make those. And I leveraged that into making them on a weekly basis. Wherever the party was being kept, I went there and sold. At this point, I was not out of school as yet. I was still in school, but I had just lost my father at the time. Right? As a whole, as a society, we need to suck it up sometimes. Suck it up. Everybody has their challenges. Everybody has a story to tell. Everyone has a story to tell. Not everyone is willing to listen to everyone's story. But everybody has a story. Everybody has got difficult times. But here's a challenge. Too many of our younger generation want to wait for you at the finish line. You cannot wait at the finish line. You have to be able to go through the challenges because it is about you. It is about your self-development. Right? It's about your self-development. So for that reason, there are so many people sitting down complaining, oh, there are no jobs. If you looked and if you were willing to put your pride aside, there are many jobs out there. If you are willing to put your pride aside and actually seek jobs instead of seeking jobs that you think your friends will like to see you doing, or you believe that these jobs are below you, you will sit down for months and years and complain that you're unable to get a job. And here's the thing. Sometimes you have to start from zero. Sometimes you have to start from zero and go one step at a time. And if you remain committed, and if you remain focused, and if you remain dedicated, you will get to the landing of the first floor. You will get to the landing of the first floor, but you have to start somewhere. The hardest step is usually the first step. Make that first step. Show that you are willing to work, and people will have no problem employing you, even if you are not qualified to the extent where you may not have the subjects, you may not have all the paperwork behind you. However, if you can present yourself in a particular way, you can land yourself a job at any given time. If you can present yourself in a particular way, you will be given the opportunity. But you have to take that first step. If you don't take that first step, nothing is going to happen for you. You're going to sit down and pine, and you're going to be depressed. And you're going to complain. The government now do nothing. All of that. There is so much that the elected government can do. There is so much that the elected government can do. And only so much. They cannot come into our houses and give us money. Right? They cannot solve on their own many of the challenges that we face as a country. They cannot on their own solve them. We have to take the opportunities. Sometimes there are some very small opportunities, you don't even see them. You would not even give them a second chance. Because what? This job doesn't pay me $100,000 per month, so I won't do it. How about this? Start to work on yourself. Level up. Every opportunity you get, level up. Before you know it, you can be getting paid so much more. And remember, it's not about how much you get paid, it's about how much you invest. It's about how much you invest. Investing is the way to go. That is why, to round out this month on my Instagram and my Facebook, I will be doing a live with two friends of mine, two co-workers who I know to be into investing. Since personally I do not have a lot of background in investing, I am now trying to learn investing, how it works, what are the pros and cons, what are the expectations. These are some of the discussions I'll be having with some of my co-workers to round off January. Going into February, we will be talking about marriages. We'll be speaking about relationship goals. So that's what the platform will be about. Empowerment. Men, we are leaders. We are leaders. And for that reason, if the leaders lead by example, then the people that they lead will also pick up on their examples, level up, power up, become a better version of themselves, and in the end create better families, better communities, better countries. As men, we should lead, level up our game so we can then level up everybody else. As heads of households, we set the bar, we are the bar. The more you level up, the more your household level up, the more your kids level up, the more your spouse level up, the more the people around you will level up. So that is the aim of my Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube channels. Level up. Start with the head of the stream. Males. Level up males. Level up your females. Level up your kids. Level up your household. Level up your community. Level up your country. Level up the world. That's it. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's Mr. Nemard, and you're watching Empowerment. Thank you for your time.